everyone. This is kind of unexpected, I know. So Sessions Live is where I was originally going to have the Finding Again anniversary concert. But, as you can see, I'm here instead. Sessions is having server issues, and I'm not about to cancel this concert again for you guys. So we're doing it here. I hope everybody got the memo. If you have people who are planning on being at the show and you've made it and they aren't here yet, please reach out to them if you can. I would love to include them in this whole experience. So now that we've already had a couple of things that have disrupted life, or at least the way that we thought it was going to go, let's get on with Finding Again. You know, we've lost something, we can find it. This is the perfect context. Maybe I was just, planning on it happening this way deep down inside. Anyway, yay, Jennifer, I'm so glad that you found us. Thank you for coming. I see we have a couple of people watching right now. I'm going to jump right into the music in just a second. So if you guys want to leave your name or just comment or something, I'm going to at least give a shout out to the first 10 people who comment. So thank you, Jennifer, for already starting us off on that. And this will be a longer show than most of my Ruby's Corner shows. Sessions has me do an hour. So I'm also used to talking a lot more on Sessions. So we'll see if we can kind of mix up the way that Sessions does it and reattune this to Facebook now that we're here. Anyway, the first song, in case you guys don't know where we're at today, we're doing Finding Again, which is my EP. It has 8 tracks on it. I released it after graduating from college, and it is 5 years old this month, and I was going to do a concert at the beginning of this month, but we had a lot of computer problems, which the wonderful Jackie, my sister, helped us with, and so now we are here with new equipment, just like in Ruby's Corner, which is very similar, exactly the same to what you're seeing right here today. But I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the process of making that EP and also the songs that are on it. And if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to leave a comment and I will respond. So I'm excited to hear what you guys want to know and what you guys think of these songs. A lot of them will probably be familiar to you because if you follow me here, you've probably heard Finding Again before. So without further ado, let's actually start some music now that we've had plenty of talking and tech this morning. So, hey Mom, how's it going? All right, here's Finding Again. All you come free, I've been hiding out now, I'm gonna seek. Pull the curtains apart, and a feeling of sunshine enters into my heart. I'm a lucky one, I seen where it ended and what I've begun. I've got the key to close the door. Yeah, I'm moving forward to see this whole world. I'm finding again. It's a beautiful day and I'm gonna start over. Wherever I've been, I'm gonna wrap it all up and throw it over my shoulder. I'm looking ahead, 'cause the best part of losing is finding again. Chase the shadows away, across the hardwood floors and into the shade. Forgive and forget. Life is young and there's plenty more to get. I'm swinging for spring, for the beaches and blossoms and bubbles it brings. Won't you come along with me and we'll rhyme the reasons to the rhymes that I sing. I'm finding again. It's a beautiful day and I'm gonna start over. Wherever I've been, I'm gonna wrap it all up and throw it over my shoulder. I'm looking ahead, 'cause the best part of losing is finding again. I'm finding again, I'm finding again. Ooh, maybe you're a crazy daisy, got your head in the clouds and you're trying to get down, gotta figure it out. Baby, sometimes you gotta be lost to ever be, ever be, ever be, ever be found. I'm finding again. It's a beautiful day and I'm gonna start over. Wherever I've been, my head. 'Cause the best part of losing is fighting again. I'm fighting again. I'm fighting again. Ooh, I'm fighting again. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. To be finding again. And we're already doing it! Fighting again! Wonderful! So, little background behind that song. I wrote it probably 2013, the summer of 2013. A lot of things in my life were changing, a lot of losses, kind of catching up with me, I guess. Yeah, and so I just needed a song kind of to express the sudden optimism that I was feeling in the middle of summer. I mean, summer is a wonderful time of year. I'm so excited that spring is coming here to Raleigh, North Carolina, where I'm from. And yeah, it was basically a song about like, you know what? The best part of hitting rock bottom is kind of like, well, it can only go up from here. So, you know, in these hard times, these hard days when, you know, there's some days where we feel kind of like we're drowning in this pandemic world we're in. Luckily, I believe that there are great things ahead because there's only one way to go, and that's up. So when you lose something or it breaks, it's time to get creative and find a way around that functional fixedness, you know? GRE words or something. Anyway, so that's Finding Again. The production that I did with that song actually includes drums, bass. Kind of fun story about the bass. It's a little, the wonderful bassist that I had, he had a bunch of great pedals, so you can hear, maybe if you listen really closely, there's some fun distortions and things that go on in there. So if you want to look it up, I actually have this picture of the wonderful cover art done by Corey Egbert. So if you want to look him up, Corey Egbert Illustrations. He's also on Etsy, and he's wonderful and a friend of mine. So I really appreciate this beautiful piece that he did to make the album cover. And it's appropriate that we show the album cover now because we're about to go into Under the Tree. The story of Finding Again, the EP, I kind of organized on purpose, where it's essentially starting out in this kind of love story, this love discovery, and a falling out of love experience, and then back into love, which was very much my experience for the majority of writing these songs, where started out with a love and it fell apart and found a new love, which ended up being my husband and who I'm married to today. So yeah, that's part of Under the Tree, begins that journey. And it begins by kind of talking about the moment love is discovered, where one moment you're sitting next to each other and you're just really good friends, and the next you're in love with this person, you know? So that's Under the Tree, and I'm going to play it for you right now. Hands entwined like branches, you wouldn't know what they'd been through together. The picture is simple, 'cause with them it's always sunny weather. It starts with a boy and a girl, this moment precious as a pearl. This is what they've been dreaming of, their first snapshot of love under the tree. Both scared to move, afraid the moment might fade, but captured in this image are roots much deeper than shade. It starts with a boy and a girl, this moment precious as a pearl. This is what they've been dreaming of, their first snapshot of love under the tree. Words can't tell, no one can say what made them fall there that day. It starts with a boy and a girl, this moment precious as a pearl. This is what they've been dreaming of, their first snapshot of love under the tree. It starts with a boy and a girl, this moment precious as a pearl. This is what they've been dreaming of, their first snapshot of love under the tree. Under the tree. Under the tree. And that's Under the Tree, you guys. We have some people showing up. Hey, what's up? All right, I see Mary is here. No problem. Thanks for moving to Facebook. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was very sad when we couldn't figure out what was going on with Sessions Live. So glad that we have other platforms that we can go to and where we can find each other. So we're finding again on Facebook. Oh, she tied it in. What? Okay, so yeah, so I guess a little bit about Under the Tree's production would be there is kind of this funny story. So Under the Tree, we were trying to get the wonderful drummer Levi. I was trying to convey this idea of this cymbal roll, but I was in my sound booth at the time, and he was in a booth that's got just drums and a bunch of microphones. If you've never actually been in a production, like a recording room before, normally there's the sound booth, of course, where the engineer sits, my wonderful engineer Skip Brown, love him, and he had two other side rooms. They actually had like porch doors, which was kind of fun. So you could just slide them and it's like going into some summer wonderland with music. But so Levi was in one room and I was in another room, and I was trying to like communicate a cymbal roll or something, and we were getting lots of sounds, and then I finally just went whoosh, something like and we kind of laughed about it. So maybe it's one of those had to be there moments, but I liked it. I thought it was fun. And then he got it. So, and if you want to listen to Under the Tree, there's that fun story behind the cymbal rolls, if you hear any of them now. So but this next song that I'm going to do is one of my absolute favorites on the entire EP, and that's probably because of the story behind it as well, which is Love. If you know me and my husband personally, you know that my husband is also a musician. He's a violin player, was a concert master while we went to school together, and conducted a lot of the orchestra and a regional orchestra nearby as well. And so I had the distinct pleasure of inviting him to be a part of my EP, specifically on this song, Love. And it is just me and my husband playing it. If you've watched Ruby's Corner, you've seen us do it live before. But Love was a song that I wrote actually before I ever knew my husband, but adding him and writing a violin part for it was kind of my homage to making him a part of this song that is all about love and the feeling that I get when I see him, or, you know, that we get when we see the people that we love, specifically significant others. So I did write the part for the violin, and there is a part that he won't be playing it with me right now, but if you do want to see us playing it live, you can look on my YouTube account to see us playing it live from Ruby's Corner here on Facebook back in the fall, or you can listen to the actual produced version here on Spotify or YouTube or something like that. Anywhere you listen to music, it should be there. So let me know if it's not where you listen to music, because I want to know where you listen to music and why my music isn't there. So there you go. Here is Love. I hope you guys enjoy the kind of solo version of the piano. Your sweet disposition caught me by surprise, and I was struck when we first met eyes. A pleasant smile, a sparkle like the sun. Something told me, pay attention. Lost in thoughts of you before we even knew. But the sparks they flew, and the wind they blew, and what they say is true. You felt it too. A day in May has funny things to say. Now one step from you feels miles away. This happiness pours down like April showers. I could dance in the rain with you for hours. Feel the afterglow, move the cosmos as our world grows. You I'll follow, but you should know each love you echoes. And if we only had one day together, I would tell you I love you forever. But whether you're over land or sea, sweetheart, I'll miss you and I'll love you when we're apart. You and I, every time, in a real spellbind. I'm stuck on cloud 9, because every day you shine. I know why love is blind. And there's Love, you guys. I actually thought of another story, and Steven is chiming in. This one's definitely one of his favorites too. Awesome. I'm so glad that you like it, babe. I like playing it with you, so I miss having you here and doing it. Though, fun story, when we did it live, Steven had to do it without being able to hear any of my piano because of our sound setup. So he's a pro because he still did it, and it still sounded amazing. So there's that. And then I also remember, so fun story also in recording it. So I'm singing vocals and playing piano on the recorded version of Love, and Steven is playing violin. But due to the setup that was at our recording studio, the piano is in a big room, and Steven would have to also be in that room. There wasn't a room for the violin the way that there was for the drums or a vocalist. And so I couldn't sing at the same time as playing the piano. Otherwise, I would have had to do like everything perfect every single time. And while that's possible, I had to do this whole project, since it was a part of my graduation project, within 2 days. So I didn't have a lot of time to do it perfectly. once, you know. So especially after just having finished writing the song just previously to recording it. So basically what we had to do was Steven had to be in the room while I played the piano. So the two of us had to be very well gelled together. And then, which was actually really helpful and really wonderful because we could see each other and give each other cues like, hey, I'm going to go and stop now, you know? So I think that's part of the reason why it sounds very like, you know, synergistic. I hear people really don't like that word, but I kind of like that word, so I'm going to use it. But anyway, and then I had to go and record the vocals after the fact. So it's kind of this ethereal sounding song, and we were just kind of letting it breathe, I guess is the way you would explain it. So it doesn't always follow the strict pattern of the beat. You know, there's some retardandos and whatever for you musical nerds like me out there. And yeah, so it was really challenging actually to make sure that my vocals lined up just so with every single phrase, since I was not playing the piano like I normally do when I play the song, singing and playing. And I couldn't just watch Steven and give him cues. I had to listen to the cues from the music. So, but it wasn't like I could just do karaoke status on this. This was part of my senior project. So there you go. So that's some fun backstory, I guess, on Love. The next song I'm going to play for you actually has some interesting background as well, which if you guys want to hear more background, I'll share it. And I probably will share some of it, whether you want to hear it or not, but because that's entertainment for you, I suppose. I'm seeing some really funny GIFs over in the comments right now. Steven posted one. Yes, I am amazing. You are, babe. I love you. All right. And we've got some like Napoleon Dynamite or Nacho Libre stuff happening too. So that's wonderful. Anyway, Silly Strings. So I actually wrote this song after playing around with loops in GarageBand for the first time. So that's kind of why it has that sound to it. I really love the way that it sounds produced on this album, where the pace gets picked up a little bit more than I originally wrote it. I planned on it being more haunting, I guess, and kind of like misty, I suppose, because I like stuff like that. And then we sped it up for the actual production so we could give it more of a rock vibe. And I also really like that where I'm kind of an 80s rock girl. I grew up on Journey and Foreigner and a bunch of other stuff. So basically, we like sped it up, but we have some loops with guitar, a bass, and the violin has a couple of melodic notes and things like that in there as well. So I was pretty proud of the fact that I wrote most of that song as well. I do have to give credit to my wonderful band for letting me kind of bounce ideas off of them based on them and their professionalism with their instruments and things that they could do that I didn't know they could do. So there you go. That's part of the learning process when you make music. So this acoustic version, though, is more of the haunting version. So if you want to compare notes between the song that's on Spotify and this one, please do. I hope that you enjoy Silly Strings. Our silly strings are tied and we can't let go, though we might try to live the rest of our lives. We both know it's always you and I. I might try love in another, but there isn't any other who is such a part of me that I can't see between my tangles and his ties. Silly strings, they're keeping me up at night, and though I don't know why, something about it feels right. We're stuck like glue, me and you, and I'm done with the fight. Though I'd love to have you out of my sight, it's always you and I. Pastel, bold, it's always you and I might try loving another, but there isn't any other who is such a part of me that I can see between my tangles and his ties. Silly strings, they're keeping me up at night, and though I don't know why, something about it feels right. We're stuck like glue, me and you, and I'm done with the fight. Though I'd love to have you out of my sight, it's always you and I. These silly strings, they're keeping me up at night, and though I don't know why, something about it feels right. We're stuck like glue, me and you, and I'm done with the fight. Though I'd love to have you out of my sight, it's always you and I. Silly strings. And that is Silly Strings for you guys. Yeah. That, if I didn't already preface it, is a song kind of about coming back to the same person over and over again, and just kind of feeling like you're tied to this person, whether it's a good thing or not. And so it's part of the progression of Finding Again, the whole EP, where things are starting to fall apart, and there's this kind of anxious energy, but also this haunting of an old love. And so there it is. And that's what transitions into probably the most personal song. I know that there are love songs, and that's pretty personal, in a way, but this next song is probably the most personal song that I have on this EP. Basically, I was in a really dangerous relationship, and it took a while to write this song, mostly because I had to sort out a lot of mistakes that I had made and mistakes that he had made, and figure out what it was that had happened to our relationship. And so, like so many times in my life, I've come to the decision that I need to write a song, right? And it's a little while after it's happened, and I just needed some kind of outlet to put the story of this tragic love, so that I could tell it, essentially, both to myself and, to other people who experience similar things. And so I called it Old Mementos. And the background of writing it, I suppose, starts kind of like sitting at a piano with a friend, and he was asking me, what happened? Like, what was this thing that happened to you? And I realized that I didn't really have the words to explain it. And so I kind of sat down at the piano and started explaining it to him, and these like ideas for verses and a chorus came into my mind. And so I, a couple days later, finished the song and wrote Old Mementos. And then in college, I took that song and basically wrote some wonderful violin parts once again for Stephen. He's actually playing 2 different violin parts on that, so I really enjoy that part a lot. And it has kind of this I dreamed a dream feel, like from Les Mis, which I really liked as a teenager, especially. So you could say there are influences there that kind of draw into each other. But anyway, I love that there's a bass and a cello part, and it's basically a quartet, behind me and the piano. And so I really hope that you can go listen to this song. And this is the one that was probably the trickiest to do for vocals, maybe because it was so emotional, maybe just because it has so much more of like a musical theater vibe to it, but I didn't want it to just come across as musical theater. So anyway, nothing against musical theater, it's just, this is not a play, it's an EP. So I would love to make it a play. That would be interesting. Note to self. Anyway, this is Old Mementos, and I hope that you enjoy this song. Not this heartbreak, but this song. was once a friend in the shadows, a home on the rainiest days, a kind gentleman fellow, until intentions changed, and though the rest had appeared in the silence of fears, I was moved into rooms of the saddest of tears. Old mementos, friends become foes, trapped in the throes of longing. But where time may forgive, the heart won't forget the memories that live in regret instead. Wishing in deceptive Decembers, all warmth was unbearably cool. I walked in the way of the wanderer, bittered by lovers and fools, and though the path was as straight as was scathed my young heart, I was bruised, I was used, so I tore it apart. Old mementos, friends become foes, trapped in the throes of longing. But where time may forgive, the heart won't forget the memories that live in regret instead. Old mementos, friends become foes, trapped in the throes of longing. But where time may forgive, the heart won't forget the memories that live in regret instead. And that's Old Mementos. But we're going to kind of move back into the love song category as we continue on this journey that is Finding Again. And I do want to say a big thank you just to all of you who have ever listened to Finding Again and the songs and who were there at my big reveal party 5 years ago. I guess that's kind of a funny story in of itself. I premiered the performance of these songs at my senior capstone project in college, which was kind of a comedy of errors in sorts. Nothing too specific or terrible. We were just dealing with some sound complications that day, and so I'm standing on a stage in the middle of a theater and talking about how I did this project and how you record music and things about the industry and these particular songs. And meanwhile, I can see out in the distance in this sound booth a bunch of my wonderful friends who are just like scrambling, trying to figure out like, where is the track? Like, why isn't the computer working? How is the sound going to come out? Is it going to be too loud and blow everybody out of the water or not? We didn't get a dress rehearsal the day before due to some scheduling conflicts with one of the other classes. And so it was really just kind of seat of our pants, and we had to do it. So I thank Caitlin, Lauren, Kat, every day, Caleb, for all of the help that they did in the behind the scenes stuff, and to my wonderful mentor, Mark, who helped me to produce all of this and helped me refine some more of my songwriting skills. He really was the reason that this exists and that I am still a musician and writing songs and performing them at all for people on a live stream. So thank you to Mark for also coming up and just making sure that everything in my music and in this project was so fun and wonderful and a dream come true experience. Since this really was like a dream come true for me, I'd wanted to write and produce an entire album, buy me onesie essentially, since I was probably 14, 16 years old. And so it was absolutely a dream come true to produce this. And I look forward to doing it again in the future. Since, yeah, once you start, it's really difficult to stop. I will say that. So, One is the next song that I'm going to play. I did do this one recently on Ruby's Corner, so you may have heard it before acoustically. But this song is one that I wrote specifically for my husband as we were dating and engaged. And so this is all about kind of trying to explore this idea of oneness and what it means to be one with someone. So here you go. This is One. And that's One. Oh, we have some more comments on the side here. Anna and Mary, this is probably my most favorite one of all. Oh, thank you. And agreed. I'm so glad. Thank you. I didn't know that there was so much love for this one. So thank you. I really like One, and Again, if you listen to this particular story album, I guess, maybe I should just call it that instead of an EP. I've never really heard that as a term, but basically this song comes right after Old Mementos, I believe, in the actual track order. And part of that is intentional, where a lot of the story of like my heart, I guess you could say, was the same love that broke and kind of turned my heart into these pieces, was kind of put back together again by a certain violin player. So at the beginning of one is not this rolling kind of piano sound, but just a lone violin just hanging there, and introduces the song. And so you could say it's kind of like the thread that goes through it all. And we have Heather Clyde is here. Hello, hi. Thank you for joining us today. Hi. So glad to have you guys here, and so excited to be playing these songs for you again. I've never actually live streamed this all as one before, so that's why we're doing this anniversary concert. 5 years since I released these songs. So thank you for all the love that you've given them, and the new life that you've given them, and supporting me here and doing things like live streams on Ruby's Corner on Facebook, and also on sessions, even though we can't be there today for some technological reasons. So the next one is probably the most fun and maybe random song on the EP, which is Red Dress. Basically, I had a friend challenge me to write a rap because I'd never done it before, and she thought it would be hilarious if I rapped. And so she and somebody else said, just jibingly enough, if the jibingly is a word, that I was like, no, I'm totally going to do that. I'm totally going to do that. And so as we were making the song, you know, I wrote it as kind of this electronic sound. And I would like to produce that version of Red Dress someday, because I think it would be really fun. Because this song is super fun. And oh, yes, I am wearing my red dress. Yes. So, you know, all part of the performance here. So I've never actually performed Red Dress while wearing a red dress, so this is a first, y'all. But so I wrote it as a Euro track, but it kind of became this funk thing. So if you want to listen to it with some really, you know, kind of stuff, I should not be allowed to make sound effects, but you love them. Don't deny it. We all secretly love sound effects. Anyway, Red Dress. I hope you listen to this version, and this is going to be closer to my electronic version. And yes, I will rap. And if you know the words, I highly encourage you to rap along, because I know there are people in the comments right now. I'm looking at you, like Anna, and I believe Corey was on here as well. I know you guys do it, and I know you guys like it, and I feel like I've heard Rebecca do it before too. So please be a part of this with me, and we will... Okay, this song is basically about like a mixture of jealousy and being the woman in the room that all the other girls are jealous of. So here we go. This is Red Dress. Hear the roof crashing, gonna knock it down. Scarlet lights flashing, you can't drown my sound. Steam rolls off the dance floor and the dread sirens, but I'll evaporate their smiles when I walk in with my red dress. I put the beasts and beauties to shame. Beware my red dress. He won't even remember your name. See the glares aiming at my choice of wear. Got my best man in dress, my power pair. If looks could kill, I'd be the walking dead. But so would they, 'cause they'll be seeing red with my red dress. I put the beasts and beauties to shame. Beware my red dress. He won't even remember your name. I'm walking on the town, let me break it down. I'm the queen of the night and I keep my crown. You can stare, I don't care, but don't ask for much. I don't share, see. So look but don't touch. He's modest and sweet, knocked me off my feet, but he's not your dance, so find another beat. I don't compromise. He's my guy, and when I go home, I take my man in my red dress. I put the beasts and beauties to shame with my red dress. He won't even remember your name with my red dress. I put the beasts and beauties to shame. Beware my red dress, 'cause when she leaves in beauty and fame. Get away from my man, girl. I just love doing that one for you guys so much. And I just can see like all of the faces. Sorry, I'm just like remembering the first time I ever played that for anyone. It was in a little tiny cafe in a little town in Virginia where I went to school in Buena Vista, Virginia. And a bunch of people just were like... So I love that. And I love all the GIFs that are going on over here. We've got like Red Power Rangers and Red Alert. So maybe that's got to be a part of like a music video someday. We've even got like Mario, like Super Mario rapping or something. So that's pretty great. Oh, and we've started a hashtag Delaney Raps. Thanks, Heather. I love that. Oh, man. Oh, and someone else is wearing a red dress today. You guys came prepared. This is awesome. Thanks, Jennifer. Oh, man, your daughter. I love this. I love that she's wearing a red dress. That's amazing. We're just going to have the red dress crew come walk down and take this out now. You know, like that's just going to happen. And thank you, Heather, for the compliment. I really appreciate the amazing. And all of the queens of the night coming out here in the comments. So thank you. And if I haven't already explained this before, on the actual track there, I sing some backup vocals as well. And they go, Queen of the Night, Queen of the Night. And so we just nicknamed them Queens of the Night, basically. We didn't call them backups, we called them the Queens. So I guess if you want to hear Delaney and the Queens, they're right there. So, hashtag new band name, I call it. Just kidding. Okay, so I have one more song for you guys. If you guys have been counting down, this is the last track, which is also the last track of the EP. Take Me Away. And this is probably the second most personal song that I have on here. And you may not think that it would be, but basically this song is kind of an homage to wonderful people who were broadening my mind, I guess you could call it. Not just in love, but in general. I don't talk about this very often on this platform, but I experienced a faith crisis about the same time that I was making this album. And so a lot of this song was me talking about that experience and how things that were not apparent to me before became apparent, for better and worse. And how they've affected who I am today. And so I wanted to also make little plugs for my first trip abroad, actually, which I also made around this same time. And so just kind of these parallels of I'm about to start a brand new life, finding again, hey, and I'm about to go to a new country, or I had already gone to a new country and seen the way that other people do things and they live for the first time, and also experiencing kind of these new ways of looking at my faith, and also new ways of wanting to refine and improve my spirituality, my religious practices, I guess. And so this song is kind of about like, again, like finding again, take me away into that future. Like, I am excited about this. I am going to build something new out of these pieces that have been broken. And so, yeah, that's kind of what this piece is about for me. We have a lot of comments. Okay. Wonderful. Some photo shoots that are going on later today. I love that. And the red dresses. Oh my gosh, share the pictures. Like, if you get like anything that's like red dress, and I'm talking about anytime, people, like if you're just wearing red and feeling, I don't know if it's feeling yourself or just like love it, because red is a cool color. Like, let's be real. Red Power Ranger is pretty cool after all, since I still see that in the comments. But if you guys like are jamming to this song ever, please at me, because I want to see that. I want to see the powerful, like, yeah, that I feel like goes with red dress and I guess also in taking away into the future. But yeah, so this is Take Me Away, and I hope you guys enjoy. Take Me Away. Look to the distance and what do you see? The known unknown of opportunity. A brand new reason, a brand new world. A downy life with wings unfurled. And I'd like to believe that I hold the key to seeing truth I'd never thought enough to think. And I'd like to know what you have to show me. Won't you take me away? Won't you take me away? Across the pond, across the lake, which of these crossroads do I take? So many questions in so little time, at the crux of an answer in riddles and rhymes. And I'd like to believe that I hold the key to seeing truth I'd never thought enough to think. And I'd like to know what you have to show me. Won't you take me away? Won't you take me away? La, 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 leave. La, 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 love. La, 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 see. La, 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 believe. And I'd like to believe that I hold the key to seeing truth I'd never thought enough to think. And I'd like to know what you have to show me. Won't you take me away? Won't you take me away? Won't you take me away? Take me away. Thank you guys so much for being here and for enjoying Finding Again for the last 5 years. I've certainly enjoyed you and having you here for this concert. Thank you for relocating, and I hope that you guys come to my next show, which will be here again on Facebook. Actually, it's the Paper Plane episode of Ruby's Corner, episode 2. There's going to be 4 brand new songs, and I look forward to getting some more new music on the produced stage of Spotify and YouTube and Amazon and everywhere else that you listen to music. So let me know what you guys want to hear, but I love you guys so much. Thank you for supporting my dreams, and thanks for being here today. I really appreciate you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.